Hello there. I remain yours truly, Maxwell Okure. I want to really welcome you today. And there's something important I would like us to talk about in this particular video. See, a lot of us wait for the right opportunity, the right time, the right atmosphere before we could do anything. And I've met people who strongly believe that they have to have a group of people or they have to have the right committee of sitting before they can do anything. I mean, before they can achieve anything they are actually looking out for. 2026 is a new year for those actually that will be very proactive. If you are not taking a step away from what you actually did last year, 2025, you might end up having the same result you had in 2025 and 2026. So let's really kind of put it down to a more practical approach, as the case might be. I'll start with the scriptures. If you look at the book of Genesis, chapter 1:26, their God was looking at, okay, I've created all that I have to create, so I need a controller. I need somebody that can sit in and say, you'll be in charge of everything that I've done. And God said, it's time to create man. And if you look at that verse very well, it's still a verse that theologians, scholars are still having a very big discuss on. Let us create man in our own image. Let us the keyword there, Greek, emas, that's the Greek word there. Let us create man in our own image. And from the grammatical construction and the Greek in the Greek uh, letter connotations, as there actually refers to two, three people, as the case might be. So if the verse says, let us create man in our own image, it's evident that God actually had other entities around him that actually was referring to. So it actually looked as if it was not just going to be one man's job, but rather we could have some partnership or some collaboration in order to achieve this particular feat or achievement, as the case might be. Now, if you look at it carefully, some of us are like that. We want to achieve or probably carry out a particular project. We need Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C to be part of us before we can carry out that project. There's nothing wrong with that. But we still take a step forward to say for every action to take place, we still need these people, Mr. A, B, and C, to still be around before action can take place. And that is why a lot of people today are still in a fixated point. They have good business proposal, good business plan, good construction of what they have to do on paper, but the action itself is found wanting. Why is that? Because we are waiting for the same set of people that did the pre-planning to come into the planning stage and take action. But the irony of it all is everybody might not be available. And if you are the arrowhead of that particular project, you need not wait for anybody. Now let's take to the next verse, still at Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. And it says, and God created man. So God created man. My question is this: where was the earth? In verse 26, God says, let us create man in our own image. It's evident there were other entities there. Even though we still have the argument that it's only Trinity, they all embodied in God, and God was professing within himself that it's not just one being, but multiple being. Whatever analysis, whatever teaching module anybody's going to bring out of that, we all strongly believe that there were other entities there with God, evidently. If God proclaimed that let us create man in our own image, and in the next verse 9 says, so God created man. So my question is, where is the us, the Hamas? Where is the us there that were professed in the previous chapter? Now, this is giving us a very clinical message. There are some actions in your life you don't need to wait for the us, a mass, a mass. You don't need to wait for that us. You just need to start the action and project with it. You just need to pick up with the action and project with it. And I give a very clinical position. Habakkuk 2:2. If you write down the vision, men will come read the vision and run with it. So if you sit and you're the only one pushing through, endeavor to put down the vision in written form, in documents, so that whoever comes afterwards and sees your vision written down would not be troubled, would not be ambivalent in following the vision and running with it. Though it might tarry, it will still manifest. So I want to encourage us, and the scriptures has put it there. Even God has given us a pointer to this. Though we have a lot of people manifesting interest in a particular thing, if you are called to be the arrowhead, you're called to be the leader of that project, you don't need to wait for the earth. Just go ahead, do the needful, and the vision will follow. I want to really encourage us in 2026. A lot of activities that should have been inaugurated last year are left pending. Why? Because we are yet to take action. We are yet to do the needful. In 2026, can you just put down these activities that were pending in 2025? Just be brutal about it. Write them down. Habakkuk 2:2 has made it very clear. Write down the vision. Put it down and say, in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to get, this is what I want to get. Because in Isaiah 60, verse 22, it's clearly that God said, in my time I will hasten. So if you create an agenda and a timing, and you put God in there, and you're not just leaning to your own understanding, it implies that in God's timing, your agenda begins to manifest. Now, it does not just manifest, it manifests because you have created a frame for it. If there is no frame, it keeps dangling, and you have the ideas in your head. And according to the popular saying, the greatest collector of wealth in the world today is a graveyard. Why? Because people don't manifest their God-given talent. So I want to encourage us in 2026. Put down the ideas. Don't wait for the us. Start. Kick start. Keep moving. And don't forget, write down the vision. So any man that reads can follow and run with you. And I pray from this hour, every endeavor you put your hands into, as far as you do it with the purity of the heart, God will begin to manifest progress on it, manifest advancement on it. There will be divine connects on each and any one of those projects you've put your hand into in 2026. I will be very, very happy to share the achievements, commemorate with you, and let's use that as a point of testimony for others. Because if you, as a child of God, start something and you're successful in it, it's a pointer. So those that are not there, they are not in that fold of faith that you believe in, can actually have that strong conviction to say, this is possible. I remain just truly Maxwell Okori, and I pray God be with us and keep pushing it. And don't forget, in 72 hours, anything can happen. I strongly believe anything can happen. Do have a lovely day. Bye-bye.